Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and in this video I'm going to be showing the fastest fully upgraded utility vehicles around a circuit and the best vehicles to use for races. For the full story about what I did, check the annotation on the screen or the link in the description for the intro video, but otherwise, let's get straight into it. So in last place for the utility vehicles is the slowest vehicle in the entire game by a long way. It's the lawnmower. With a 6 minutes 30.746, it would actually, and I have tested this, it would actually be quicker to run around the circuit than it would be to drive on the lawnmower. So yeah, it's really only for lawnmower only races really. You're not going to win any races in this against pretty much anything else in the entire game. But it's funny to include. So in 5th place, ahead of it is the Air Tug, and compared to the lawnmower, the Air Tug looks really quick. In fact, it isn't really, but with a 3 minutes 24, it's ridiculously slow still. Taking into account the slowest in the Vans class, which were the slowest vehicles that we've seen for a long time, we're still getting 1 minute 49s, 1 minute 48s. This is now still in the 3 minute territory, so it is very slow, but a lot quicker than what we've just seen from the lawnmower. So in 4th place is really the next of the very slow vehicles with the Fieldmaster. The Fieldmaster gets a lap time that isn't all that much better, but it does manage to break that 3 minute barrier, luckily for it, with a 2 minutes 57. It doesn't feel too bad, you know. If you made custom races that only included the Fieldmaster or the Air Tug, they would probably be quite interesting. They'd probably be a bit of fun, but yeah, for a serious utility race, they're not going to do anything special. So in 3rd place is the Caddy. Now the Caddy can only be, just like all of the other utility vehicles that we have just seen, the Caddy can only be chosen in the lobby screen at the start. So you can't store one in your garage, you can't upgrade it, and with a 1 minute 41.5, it's not going to win any races anytime soon. However, in a stock vehicle race, if you don't have custom vehicles on, it can be competitive with the second place vehicle that we'll see here. But yeah, in a stock race it won't do too badly. But in a custom vehicle race, it's not going to win any races against any better competition for the utility vehicles class. Now, the second place vehicle isn't technically a utility vehicle. It's actually a bike. It's in the bikes class. You can race it in motorbike races, but it's also been given the chance to shine in the utility vehicles class. Now, it gets a 1 minute 31.0. If you don't wheelie with the Faggio, you don't get the speed boost. You know, you have to be able to wheelie with it. It's the same with all of the bikes. None of the bikes would be quicker than the cars if you weren't wheeling with them. You have to get that front wheel up. Make sure you don't pull it too far forward so you're hitting the back end on the floor. But if you do wheelie with it, you do get that front wheel up. It will give you a much better lap time than the Caddy if it's fully upgraded. When they're both stock, they're both reasonably close, but the Faggio will still do a little bit better with the front wheel up. However, hands down in the lead in 1st place is the Sadler. Obviously we've seen a 1 minute 30 lap time from the Faggio. A 1 minute 20 is what the Sadler gets. So this is technically a utility vehicle. It's in the utility vehicles class, and it gets a lap time that's pretty much identical to what the Bison got in the Vans class. But this is 10 seconds per lap quicker than the next best. If you're running a custom utility vehicle race and you don't have a Sadler and somebody else does, there's no way that you can beat it. It's 10 seconds per lap quicker. The Sadler is basically a proper vehicle. It's a proper car, whereas all of the other vehicles in the class just aren't, and they're nowhere near on the pace. So yeah, there's no point in going into the details about the Sadler. It's basically the same as the Bison in terms of how it feels, but it could handle like a boat and it would still be able to win the class. Now, there are obviously other utility vehicles available in the game, but none of them can be raced or stored or anything like that. These are basically the only 6 vehicles that can be used in the utility vehicle races, and you can only get utility vehicle races by enabling them in the content creator when you create your race, as long as you have a medium-sized grid. So there you have it. You know, the utility vehicles class is definitely the most wide open from first to last, and it's also the most wide open even from first to second, with a 10 second per lap difference, which is just huge. So obviously it's just a bit of fun, this one, really. You know, utility vehicle races don't really happen very seriously, But let me know what you think down below about this. If you didn't know about it, did the Sadler surprise you? and obviously the lawnmower is just funny on its own. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate your support. You can see all of the previous videos down below, and next up we'll have the off-road vehicles, which is an even more complicated class. So thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I really do appreciate your support. Be sure to subscribe for future episodes, and I'll see you next time.